Most of us got jobs to get back to, don't we?
Hey there, Silo fans. Buckle up because episode 2 of season 2 takes us on an emotional roller coaster that's packed with jaw-dropping twists and deepening conspiracies. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. If you thought Juliette's escape was the big moment, think again. This episode dives headfirst into the fallout, peeling back the layers of the silo's carefully guarded secrets. From power struggles and whispered rebellions to a shocking revelation about the infamous heat tape, this episode delivers drama, tension, and a glimmer of hope. Let's break it all down and uncover the lies, the rebellion, and the path toward change. Ready? Let's get into it.
Stop.
The fallout of Juliette's escape. The episode wastes no time plunging us into the chaotic aftermath of Juliette's escape. At the end of season 1, Juliette achieved what was thought to be impossible. She crossed the hill surrounding Silo 18 and survived. This moment shook the foundations of the silo's leadership, with Bernard left visibly stunned. Season 2, Episode 2, picks up right at this moment, revealing the immense impact of her actions. In Bernard's secret war room, he watches the footage from Juliette's visor, uncovering a grim truth. Thousands of skeletons lie scattered around Silo 17. This discovery directly contradicts the carefully constructed lies that have been fed to the silo's residents for generations, that the outside is toxic and that anyone who leaves will die instantly. The skeletons suggest something more sinister, a history of deceit and systematic elimination of dissenters. Faced with the implications of this discovery, Bernard turns to the Order, the official rulebook for running the silo. He quickly finds a chilling directive. If a cleaner refuses to clean the cameras, the authorities must prepare for war. This sets the tone for Bernard's actions throughout the episode, as he grapples with maintaining his control and suppressing the growing unrest within the silo.
Announce an 8 p.m. emergency curfew, putting the sheriff's deputies under...
Bernard's desperate measures. Control at any cost. Bernard wastes no time taking action. He orders a lockdown of the silo, triggering alarms and forcing all residents back into their quarters under curfew. This serves two purposes: to prevent dissent from spreading and to give him time to craft a narrative that will uphold his authority. The lockdown, however, only amplifies the tension brewing among the residents, particularly in the Deep Down, where Juliette's allies and supporters reside. To tighten his grip, Bernard enlists Sims, his loyal enforcer, to target those who may have helped Juliette or pose a threat to his narrative. This includes arresting Juliette's father, Pete, as well as Walker, the mechanical genius who provided Juliette with the high-quality heat tape that allowed her to survive outside. Bernard's strategy is clear: eliminate anyone who can expose the truth and use fear to suppress rebellion.
This isn't new tape. This is the good tape we use.
The heat tape controversy, the heart of the conflict. One of the most fascinating elements of this episode is the heat tape controversy, which becomes a central symbol of rebellion and deceit. Traditionally, the suits worn by cleaners are equipped with substandard heat tape, ensuring that they fail quickly in the toxic environment outside. This design flaw is deliberate. It ensures that cleaners die before they can reveal any truths about the outside world. However, Juliette's suit was equipped with superior heat tape, courtesy of Walker and Carla, which allowed her to survive long enough to cross the hill. This revelation spreads like wildfire through the Deep Down, where residents begin to question the lies they've been told. Walker and Carla, both now imprisoned, discuss the implications of their actions. They realize that the heat tape exposes a fundamental flaw in IT's narrative and wonder if this was always known by the higher-ups. This revelation becomes a rallying point for rebellion as the Deep Down begins to recognize their collective power to challenge the status quo.
No one has ever seen before. And we all want to know what that means.
The Deep Down, a powder keg of rebellion. The Deep Down, home to the silo's mechanics and laborers, becomes the epicenter of unrest. Shirley, one of Juliette's staunchest supporters, takes the lead in rallying the residents. She confronts Knox, the foreman who betrayed Juliette in season 1 by reporting her location to Judicial. Their exchange is heated, with Shirley accusing Knox of cowardice and hypocrisy. Knox tries to justify his actions, claiming he was protecting the Deep Down, but his arguments fall flat. Shirley's defiance marks a turning point. Her anger and determination inspire others to question their own roles in perpetuating the lies of the silo's leadership. This is further fueled by the graffiti that begins to appear throughout the silo. Simple yet powerful messages of JL, Juliette lives. These acts of resistance signal that Juliette's legacy has taken root and that rebellion is no longer a distant possibility, but a looming reality.
He was not a traitor. Juliette Nichols was a...
Bernard's propaganda machine in action. Bernard understands the power of narrative, and this episode showcases his manipulative genius. In a public address, he spins Juliette's escape into a tale of sacrifice and heroism. He claims that she volunteered to test a new type of heat tape, framing her actions as a noble contribution to the silo's survival. This narrative serves multiple purposes. It paints Juliette as a martyr, deflects attention from the heat tape controversy, and reinforces the idea that IT and judicial are working for the greater good. To ensure his message lands, Bernard plants dissenters and hecklers in the crowd, creating the illusion of a unified community rallying behind his leadership. The people, desperate for hope and stability, largely accept this version of events. However, the cracks in Bernard's propaganda begin to show as skepticism spreads, particularly among those in the deep down.
I'd make you a drink, but I don't want you to stay that long.
Meadows' redemption arc, A Path to Truth. One of the standout arcs in this episode belongs to Meadows, the nominal head of Judicial. Previously portrayed as a puppet of Bernard and a reclusive alcoholic, Meadows undergoes a remarkable transformation. After learning about Juliette's actions, she decides to sober up and face the truth. This decision marks the beginning of her redemption arc as she confronts her complicity in the lies and oppression that have defined her tenure. In a pivotal moment, Meadows demands answers from Bernard about the heat tape and the skeletons outside Silo 17. Her confrontation with Bernard is both tense and revealing, as she challenges his authority and forces him to admit the flaws in their system. Inspired by an analogy from The Wizard of Oz, Meadows compares herself to the wizard, a fraud hiding behind a facade of power. She resolves to leave the silo and face the toxic environment outside, seeking redemption for her past actions.
Are there any other parts of the pact Bernard plans on ignoring?
Paul, this is...
The fractured leadership of Silo 18. The leadership dynamics in Silo 18 are deeply fractured, and this episode highlights the growing tension between Bernard, Sims, and Meadows. Sims, Bernard's enforcer, begins to question his role and his loyalty. His interactions with Chief Deputy Paul Billings further complicate matters. As Paul starts to piece together the inconsistencies in Bernard's narrative, Paul's skepticism mirrors the broader unrest brewing within the silo. As he pushes for answers, it becomes clear that Bernard's grip on power is not as secure as it seems. This tension sets the stage for a potential power struggle within the silo's leadership as the cracks in their alliance continue to widen.
It's gotta be about the tape.
The IT tape Jules stole was shit, right?
Seeds of hope and resistance. Amidst the chaos and oppression, the message of JL begins to spread throughout the silo. This simple yet powerful act of rebellion signals that Juliette's defiance has inspired others to challenge the lies they've been told. The graffiti becomes a symbol of hope and resistance, a reminder that change is possible even in the face of overwhelming odds. Shirley, Walker, and their allies, in the deep down, take up the mantle of rebellion, recognizing that the truth about the heat tape and the outside world must be revealed. Their determination to fight for justice, despite the risks, underscores the resilience of the human spirit in the face of oppression.
So I want what Juliette Nichols had today.
Meadows' final request, a symbol of redemption. The episode concludes with Meadows accepting Bernard's offer to become his shadow, recognizing that her skills are needed to navigate the crisis. However, she makes a poignant request, a suit equipped with the superior heat tape that allowed Juliette to survive. This request symbolizes her desire for redemption and her willingness to face the consequences of her actions. Meadows' decision to leave the silo reflects her acknowledgement of the damage she has done and her determination to seek the truth, even if it means confronting the toxic environment outside. Her arc serves as a powerful reminder that redemption is possible, even for those complicit in systems of oppression.
I want to go out.
Our nerdy thoughts. The road ahead. As Silo Season 2 progresses, the question remains, will the residents of Silo 18 rise against their oppressors? Or will Bernard's propaganda maintain the illusion of control? The seeds of rebellion have been planted, and the legacy of Juliette's defiance continues to inspire hope. With the growing unrest in the deep down and the fractures within the Silo's leadership, it's clear that the status quo cannot hold for much longer. One thing is certain. Juliette's actions have set in motion a chain of events that will forever change the Silo. As the truth comes to light, the residents of Silo 18 must decide whether to accept the lies that have kept them safe or to risk everything for the chance at freedom. So this was For Today's Folks. See you in our next video. Till then, bye-bye and take care.
Oh, with all of you guys dedicated to finding out the truth, yeah.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.